Hey family, on November 20th through December 1st, 2022, we will have the all-inclusive Kenya trip. Now, a lot of times people have said, hey, Phil, when's the next trip we'd like to go? I want to see Africa for myself, but this is the time to go. Everything will be taken care of. All excursions are paid. You can do monthly payments. You know, they'll have safari and a 6-city tour. You will see Charlie Island, which is something that we did not see last time on the tour. This tour will be 12 days instead of 7 days. So make sure to secure your place on the trip by going to www.wbsvs.com, make your deposit, and then you can start making your payments, and we'll see you in Kenya.
Napoli owner, and he's also president of that club, said that he no longer wants to recruit or hire African players unless and otherwise they promise him they won't play for the African Cup. He said, quote, "Enough of African players, or they should give up playing in the African Cup of Nations. I won't be buying them anymore for this reason." Well, a lot of people are not happy about this statement because people believe that when it comes to African Cup, they should be allowed to go ahead and play for their countries, and then they can return and play for their European clubs. But he disagrees. The owner of that Italian club says, nope, he's not going to hire going forward an African player unless and otherwise they promise him they won't play for the African Cup. It's just sad to see that the African Cup is not being respected. It's like they don't care about it. And obviously, they don't care about it. What they care about is their own money that they get when they are playing for the European clubs. We talked about this when the African Cup just recently was going on. So many African players were being told you cannot go. So some said, nope, I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to play for my country. And they left. But some had to abide by the rules because they didn't want to break it and lose a job. A Nigerian player that was fired because he played for the African Cup. Kelechi, whose contract was recently terminated by Spanish Football Club, has opened up on the facts surrounding the issue. According to him, the club decided to terminate the contract because he refused their proposal not to play at the AFCON, which is the African Cup.
How you doing, everybody? Just got a little something on my chest. I got to ask some people out there, is there ever a tournament more disrespected than the African Cup of Nations? There's no greater honour, none, as a sports person, than representing your country. The coverage is completely tinged with racism, completely tinged. We played our Euros across 10 countries in the middle of a pandemic, and there's no issue at all. But Cameroon, a single country hosting a tournament, is a problem. You're getting journalists asking players, players getting asked if they will be honouring the call-ups for their national teams, if they will be honouring. Imagine if that was an English player representing the Three Lions. Have you ever heard anybody asking an English player if will he be honouring the call-up? Can you imagine the furore? Loads of the best players in Europe right now are African. And if we love them at club level, why can't we love them at international level like their counterparts from across the globe? Why can't we? Why is this tournament constantly getting so much flack? I've got to say shout out to the countries that have qualified, the players like Sebastian Haller, who are taking a stand against the media backlash. The media, plus Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira coming out and speaking about this. And this is, again, why it's important that you do have a black manager who can let people understand where his roots are and how important this tournament is for African people. The shaming has gone on for too long. I just want to wish Cameroon all the success with hosting this tournament. And like I say to the players, all the very, very best to you and the fans.
As you saw, he was standing up for Africa, and he was saying how African Cup is the most disrespected cup. Like, they've been playing for their clubs all this time, but all of a sudden, when it's time to play for their own countries, African countries, they're being asked ridiculous questions. So if you remember, this was a huge deal a few months ago. And now they're even saying that going forward, they're not even going to hire this African player. So it's up to the players now if they want to go ahead and continue with these leagues or actually resign and go ahead and play for their own countries. Unfortunately, the clubs pay more, so I don't know if many players will reject that offer. I am Ungel Zalal. I'm bringing you this report. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.